Okay, here I've got the unboxing of a 2055 robot. I just want to show a couple of key points just to make sure people set it up correctly. First of all, in the box you should have the owner's DVD, the bracket and screw that actually holds your controller to the table, the actual controller, the 240 volt power supply and the data cable, a packet of tips that are very important depending on the thickness of your tabletop, and a couple little clips that people ask me all the time, what are these used for? So I'm going to go and actually set the camera up on the stand so as I can show you the unfolding of the robot. Alright, so here we have the robot. We pull it out of the box. And I really do suggest that everybody either plays the DVD or reads the manual that's included. The manual does come with the robot. I have a copy here just for my own purposes when I'm explaining to people the different drills and so on and so forth. If you do lose it, you can always download it from the product page on our website. Alright, so the first thing that you have to do, you have to find out the thickness of the table that the robot's going on. Now inside the packet that you get with the robot, you have two different size tips, and there's one that's actually physically included on the robot. Mine hasn't got it at the moment because I keep swapping it from one robot to another. If you do lose them, you can purchase them off the website. The product code is 2000-121, rubber tip packet. Now I have a 25mm table, so the 25mm table happens to be the smallest tip that's in here. No, it's not. 5mm happens to be the biggest tip that's in the packet. And if you have a look, I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera, it has a number 1 on it, which stands for 1 inch. Newgy being an American company, things are always in the imperial format. The other one has a half on it. You see that? That's obviously for a 12 to 13mm table. And then the one that actually comes on the robot when you take it out of its polystyrene packet is the 3/4, which is for the 18, 19mm. Now, if you look in the packet, there's a couple of little round, these are spacers, just in case your robot doesn't level properly, you can use the spacers. Personally, I've never had to use the spacers on any of my robots or any of the tables, but they are there just in case. All right. So we're going to simply put the 25mm ones on now. They just literally fit, push on. Okay. So as you can see, that's pretty easy. I'm sure that it showed up in the video. All right, next thing that we need to do is we need to attach the controller. Okay, now the controller on the back has your little nut. That was Siri just coming on. Maybe Siri thinks that we're nuts. Who knows? It literally attaches this way. And You put your nut in. Okay, now you can do it left-hand side or right-hand side depending on which-handed you are. I'm right-handed. I like to have the robot on my left-hand side, believe it or not. So that's upside down for me. I would have to... Okay. Now, we've got our controller on. We've got the right plastic feet on. Next, we've got to make sure we plug our power adapter in. The power adapter plugs in underneath the robot, underneath the controller. Okay, I'm not going to plug mine in for the purposes of this demonstration. I think that's quite self-explanatory. Next, we open the robot, so we lift each half up. These are the ball dams that come with the robot. Okay, these are really important. You don't want to lose these. With these, it's important that you check the balls that you receive. Now, the robots at the moment come with the Newgy Robo balls. They're only 1 star, 40 plus plastic. Make sure that the balls fit through the actual hole. All right, now that's a Newgy ball. This is a Radak 3-star ITTF approved ball. As you can see, that clearly goes through nicely. Here's an Andro Speedball 3S. Again, goes through nicely. And here's a Tuttle 3-star ball, goes through nicely. Now, look, personally, I recommend that you only use one type of ball in your robot. I don't believe that you should be mixing balls. And table tennis balls do not last forever. So they become very glazed. They make the robot work much, much harder when they're glazed. Okay, so just be wary of that. Now there's your 2 dams. They fit. They fit in the slots. Here, this is a little storage compartment. There's one on either side. Okay, now let's get back to the unfolding of the robots. Okay, so it lifts up and it comes out. Turn the robot around. We take the centre net out, put it in the tube, and we bring it all the way down. Centre post out, put it in the tube, and we bring it all the way down. All right, let's turn it back around again. These are your return nets. They have an elastic on the end. There's an elastic on the end. There's a tensioning device on the end as well. Okay, on both of them. Now, if you have a quick look, I'm going to zoom in. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to go in closer. Can everybody see the centre net is entangled with the spring. Okay? You must make sure that it is not tangled. Okay? It can't be tangled. Now, if you notice, the centre net does hang quite low. I'm going to point you. Let me just zoom up here. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right. So, hopefully everyone can see these little Velcro tabs that are on the end of the nets. They turn around. They Velcro to each side of your catch net. Turn this around. We'll go to the other side. Okay. This one's quite loose. You Velcro it back down, and you will notice that all of a sudden that net is quite clear now from the spring. It's nowhere near it anymore, okay? So that's really important. Every time you take your head out, if you have a ball jam, you've got to make sure that you put it all back correctly, all right? Now, my robot comes, you know, in and out all the time, you know, demoing to people how it's done. I'll just button it all up and then we'll mount it to the table. Okay, so the bracket, it slides under the table and over the top. It's nice and snug. You can move it to wherever you like. It's not really that difficult. You can rotate it, just tighten the knob up. I'll take a little video of what it looks like underneath the table, so as you might have some understanding of why it can be difficult. Let me just zoom out. Okay, so that's our D99-5 table, so there's plenty of room under there for it. If we remove the actual unit, as you can see, it's quite easy, and we come over to a Donic World Champion table, which is quite a difficult table to put this onto. You'll see the problem we have. It has one of those bars there, which is going to stop it from going on. You might be able to fit it right up in the corner. There we go. It fits up in the corner, no problems. Just understand that you won't be able to move it forward. Now, just quickly showing you the back of a D99-5. It's quite a simple design. There's no unlocking bars on the back. A lot of the Donic, Andro, Stiga, Jeweler T-bar tables that are made in Germany have, you know, a bar on the back, and they are quite difficult to get the robot on, but they do go on, okay? My Donic World Champion table that I play on, that's got the unlocking bar on the back, and I get my robot on no problems. It's a little bit difficult, but I get it on without any drama. I'm going to show you how we put it on this table, because these will be the majority of tables that most people have. Chinese branded, whether they're good quality or bad quality, doesn't matter. Chinese branded tables. Okay, I'll level the camera back up. I'll unfold this table. Alright, we'll push it all the way back. That can be seen. Yep, we can see that. I'll get a bit of an angle, maybe come in a bit closer. come here on an angle. All right. So I'm hoping you can see, I picked the table up via the centre bar. We make sure that our two supports are all the way out. And now we tilt the robot on a bit of an angle, put our supports underneath, lift it up and come across. Okay, so I'll go around this side and you can see. All right, now what's left is actually the net. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a net off my current table. And quickly mount it on this table. Alright, you can see what's going on. Alright, you can see that, so we've got a net attached. Now, remember this little elastic? Okay, follow me underneath the net and around your net post. Did you get that? Let's do it again. Underneath your net and around the net post. All right, same goes for the other side. I'll go over there, we'll adjust the angle, I'll zoom up a little bit for you. Okay. Underneath the net, around the net post. Now, some people might not have a solid net, so we finally can show you what these are for. I'll just open up the packet. So now, these literally stick on your table. Now I don't recommend them here. They're probably better off on this half of the table. And that sticks to the table and helps you mount the net. Now you can put them on the side, so there's nothing stopping you from cleaning the side of the table, mounting it on the side of the other half of the table. So you can just hook your net into it, nice and simple. all right? It is clearly stated in the manual. Not many people read the manual. You've got to clean the side of the table to make sure it's nice and clean before you peel the sticker off, okay? And you don't want this stretched too far. If it's stretched too far, it's just going to pull this off the table. You just want it so there's a gentle stretch on it, okay? So there's just a gentle stretch stuck to the side of the table. All right, so that clears that up. From there, you're just about ready to go. It's just a matter of pouring the balls into the robot. I don't really suggest you pour 300 balls into the robot. The 48 balls that come with the robot are normally enough. You can put a little bit more, like I've put 72 into the robot without hassle. But the more you put in there, the harder the machine has to work, because it's digging balls up, especially when the ball mixer, you know, has got to deal with too many balls. Now, when you first get your robot, you will notice that it just doesn't sit perfect on the table. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. You can see it's sitting up off the table a little bit. Okay, that's all because the net's still a little bit tensioned. It will drop. There are plenty of adjustments there to get it down, but it will drop probably over the next few days when you've got the robot mounted. It's just that it's tight from the manufacturing process. The balls still go in there. I mean, I've already got it a bit better. And if this one's a little bit tight, there we go. It's already a bit better. It's nearly there. Okay. So don't worry. It's all that's all normal. Now you're packing up. Your packing up's quite easy as well. This is just a quick overview of the pack up. When you're finished, disconnect your cable. Let's get in here. All right. So this is how I would pack up. First thing, I would put the balls in the middle. I would take out my little divider. The divider slips in the slot. So all your balls are literally in the center of the robot. That's why having too many balls is not good, because they just simply won't fit in there, okay? So all the balls should fit in the center of this robot. Any extra, take them out, all right? So the next thing you do is you disconnect your nets. I like to put the net inside the robot. I'll disconnect the net here. Put it inside the robot. I lift the robot up, take out the center tube, place it in its slot, lift the robot up, take out the center tube, put it in its slot, button it up together. I grab the robot from underneath, tubes, give it a tilt, bring it out. Okay, try not to scratch the table. Now, let's go back here. You can then fold your legs in, tuck them in here. Now I believe there is a mounting spot for the controller. The controller goes in like this. We'll try not to break things. Let's try a different one. be nice to me. Today's not a day to be not nice. Okay, so it's a little hanging spot for your controller. Okay, I place all the other gear on the inside. That makes it nice and easy. Generally, if I'm taking it out to a club, I'll put it in a robo-tote. Robo-totes are absolutely fantastic for keeping dust out of the robot and storing them out of the dust. No accidents can happen when they're in a robo-tote bag. But yeah, nah, nice and simple. Come to pack, come to assemble again, take out, unfold, clip on, clip your robot on, your controller on. Again, one more time for those that didn't see it or weren't watching. Weren't watching me do this. Controller, right hand person, under, done. Move it forwards or backwards, done. 2 cables. You got 2 cables. Let's see if you can see this cable. Okay. Fits in the slot. Make sure you put it the right way. Don't want to bend the pins. Okay. This is for a USB connection to your computer. You can actually download the program off the Newgy website. And you can actually make your own drills and time things and everything. It's actually quite good. And this is pretty much redundant these days. It's an old serial connection. And that's your power supply. All right. Set up for a right-hand person. Okay. Any questions? Just leave some comments. You can jump on the website, send me an email. I'll do everything I can to help you. Cheers and thank you very much.